Welcome to the Duke of Edinburgh's first ever Youth Without Limits Live, Beyond the CV.
As youth ambassadors for the DofE, we're so excited to welcome you with 200 young people here today, here at our Google offices in London, and everyone watching online.
We have a fantastic day planned for you, filled with interesting discussions, thought-provoking speakers, and some great workshops to help you all think about how valuable your DofE experience is in the workplace.
We want you to leave this event with some practical tips and resources to help you make that first step into employment with confidence and understand how your DofE skills will help you thrive. Before we begin our first session today, we're delighted to invite DofE's CEO, Ruth Marvel, to the stage. Thank you. Best of luck. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's so fantastic to see you all here. This is the first ever event like this that we have run, so we're really excited to have you here and looking forward to the day. Hope that we've got a sort of action-packed agenda for you. Also, we've got lots of people watching online, which is also really exciting. So massive thanks to Google for all of their support and help in making all of that possible. One of the reasons we wanted to host this event is that we know that making the transition from sort of formal education into work is probably one of the biggest transitions in everybody's lives. We know that you've all achieved a DofE award. It's an incredible way of demonstrating and developing lots of the skills and capabilities that you're going to need in the workplace and in later life. But we know that it can be quite daunting to make that challenge. So today is all about helping to you to think about how to bridge that gap, how to make that transition, and hopefully give you lots of skills and tools and tips that will help you do that with confidence. We know that this generation of young people is extraordinarily talented, passionate. You've got so much to give. But the last few years have been really difficult, and you have had to cope with more disruption and dislocation through the pandemic, and obviously all of the kind of ongoing challenges that we are facing. So I think for you it's particularly challenging, this transition, and we want to explore how DofE can support you to make that transition with confidence. So we're really looking forward to today. We'd love your feedback. As I said, this is the first event of this type that we've run, so we'd love to know how we can make it better for the future. We've co-created today with young people, and it's brilliant to see so many of DofE's young ambassadors here with us today and hosting. We've got sort of action-packed sessions for you. We've got DofE alumni coming to talk about their experiences and how they made that transition into work. And lots of networking space between the sessions, so please take the opportunity to talk to representatives from Google, representatives from some of DofE's corporate partners. They'd love to talk to you about your ambitions and share their wisdom and experiences of making the transition into work. So that's all I'm going to say. I would like to, as I said, say a huge thank you to Google for hosting us here today. It's a pretty extraordinary place. And I would like to welcome Michaela Neild, who's the Government Affairs and Public Policy Manager at Google, who's just going to say a few words. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Michaela.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much, Ruth. Yes, I'm Michaela Neild. I work at Google. I'm our Digital Skills Policy Lead. And I'd say, much more importantly for this room, I'm also a Silver Award holder. I was saying to Ruth earlier how I actually didn't do my Duke of Edinburgh through my school. It wasn't available there. I actually did it through my youth workers as a member of Youth Parliament, and I think there might be a few people who have that similar journey here in the room or at home today. I wanted to say a huge thank you to Rebecca Burks, who's done all the hard work of managing this. When we first talked about this, we had a different Prime Minister. I think we've gone through 2 or 3 since then, different Secretaries of State for Education and all sorts. So, as politics rumbles on, which is my role, at least we're all still here and we're going to have a fantastic time. And so potentially, whilst we haven't got a government spokesperson here, you might want to write to your local MP and tell them just how important skills and the Duke of Edinburgh Award and what you're getting out of today is really important and valuable to you. One thing to possibly put there. Google's mission which I know off by heart, and I don't expect you guys to know, is to organise the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. And when we think about that, if we're part of driving an increasingly digital economy and people are left behind by that, rather than empowered by that, we're failing in our mission. So that's why we do projects like this. We open our doors to fantastic organisations like the Duke of Edinburgh Award, why we do our Google Digital Garage. I think you'll get to meet some of our Google Digital Garage trainers today, and also Google Career Certificates. We launched Google Digital Garage in 2015, and since then we've trained over 800,000 people in the UK, in person and online, and we're absolutely delighted to be back in person. I think we're running 2 or 3 events today alone, including this one right around the country. Now, I'm so delighted to welcome you on behalf of Google. I hope you have a fantastic time today. And thank you so much for joining us. And please do, speak to the Googlers that you meet here and hear from them. Bye. Thank you.
I just want to reiterate Ruth's thanks to Google for hosting us here today, and DofE partner Wilson James for their huge support in securing and delivering this event.